Welcome back to the Fall 2019 semester of the ZTV Sports Report, your home for everything Akron Zips athletics. I'm John Alfieri, and I'm excited to welcome my new co-host, Nico Weathers. So, Nico, tell me, which sports team are you most excited about this upcoming season?
Hi, guys. I'm very excited to cover the Akron Zips athletics this fall. The sports team I am very excited for, John, to cover is the women's volleyball team and also the men's soccer team, especially after our Final Four appearance last year. Now, I expect to see much improvement from both programs.
It'll be an exciting year for them, as well as many other teams that we have here at the University of Akron that we can count on.
Well, John, we have a lot of catching up to do with Akron sports. Let's start off with the football program. Akron hired a new head coach, Tom Arth, after last year's season. The Zips traveled to the University of Illinois for their season opener August 31st. They took a defeat with a final score of 42-3. On Saturday, September 7th, Akron played their first home game of the season versus the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Here with the highlights, Jemiah Kyle.
Hi, my name is Jemiah Kyle, and welcome to ZTV. On September 7th, the Akron Zips football team took on the UAB Blazers for the first home game of the season at the Infocentric Stadium. The Zips had a really good start in this first half. As we look at number 1 quarterback Cato Nelson, he played a very important role throughout this entire game, as you'll see. Let's focus in on the footwork from number 19, Andre Williams, as he fakes one way, but with his pivot foot cut back in the middle to complete the pass done by quarterback Nelson. As the Zips got closer to the end zone, number 1 Nelson threw a really good pass. It just could not be completed due to the Blazers' tough defense. With a nice handoff from the quarterback, number 4 Deltron Sands was able to score a touchdown for the Akron Zips. As the UAB quarterback struggles to look for an open player, number 99 Eric Bentley on the defensive end fights through UAB and tackles the quarterback. On this play, the UAB quarterback has great vision. He sees number 8 Kendall Parham down the field at the end zone when he completes the pass for a touchdown. With the highlight of the game, we have number 5 Jonah Morris, who catches a one-hand pass from quarterback number 1 Nelson. These next two plays are ran really good by the Zips, but due to the Blazers' defense, we could not get it to the end zone for a touchdown. As this first half was winding down, we have the UAB Blazers making a really good play. Number 18, Randy Kutchman on the defensive end, almost had a great interception. We have the Zips at 6 and the UAB Blazers at 17. Starting off in the second half with the UAB Blazers with the ball, the Blazers quarterback does a long throw to number 5, Myron Mitchell, as he completes the pass and scores a touchdown. Next up we have quarterback number 1, Cato Nelson, making a play by himself with great recognition of a quarterback that no one was open. Coming into this last stretch for the Blazers, we see that the quarterback again has a hard time finding his open teammate. But once again, that did not stop the Zips' aggressive defense. They kept a great eye on where the ball was at all times on the field, which gave them the advantage to stop them from running. In the last stretch for the Zips, quarterback Nelson had tremendous footwork to not only get by 4 UAB Blazers, but near the end zone. In addition, with a great pass from quarterback Nelson to number 5, Michael Scott, whom had been running the end zone for a touchdown. And now, winding down in the last few minutes for UAB, they made an effort to open the center for a wide open slip to the end zone, but they just could not get through Akron's defense. Winding down this fourth quarter with the Zips' last two plays, we have quarterback Nelson, who throws a pass to number 14, Dustin Burkhart. With 2 UAB players on him, he manages to still complete this catch. And in the fourth quarter, the Akron Zips quarterback made a complete pass to number 88, Timothy Skypo, for the last touchdown of the Zips. And that concludes the game, with your ending score being the Zips 20 and UAB 31. But remember, it is only the beginning of the season. Thank you for watching ZTV. My name is Jemiah Kyle, and have a nice day.
The Akron Zips then traveled to Central Michigan to face their first divisional opponent on Saturday, September 14th. They lost with a score of 45-24, making their record 0-3.
Hopefully the Zips can regroup, but now let's take a quick break. But when we return, we will have all the latest action with the women's soccer team. The women's soccer team has already had some challenging matchups to start off the season. So far, their record is 2-5.
On Thursday, September 19th, Akron faced Robert Morris University. Here with the highlights is Desmond Mitchell.
Welcome, sports fans. This is Desmond Mitchell here, bringing you some sports to lift up your day. On September 19th, your home team women's soccer squad faced off in a non-conference game against the Robert Morris Column. Currently, Robert Morris are looking at a 2-4 and 1 record. along with the Akron Zips that are also at a 2-4 record. Both teams are looking for their third win to get closer to a positive record. Before this awesome soccer game started, there was a special senior celebration for the number 8 defender, Ashley Amato. As a freshman, Ashley was a MAC all-freshman team selection and started all 19 games for the back line of their defense. When sophomore year came, Ashley made a switch from defender to forward and led the team in points and shots. Junior year, she was a 2018 second team All-MAC selection and also made academic All-MAC honoree. So a special shout out to Ashley Amato, and from the ZTV sports team, we wish you the best for your senior year. Well, it's game time, people. Your Akron Zips versus Robert Morris College. The Zips received the ball first and started the game off right, starting with loads of hustle and strong defense. The Zips were moving very fast up the field, passing all defenders with quick blow-by. The Zips shot many goal attempts, but the Cardinals goalie was not giving them the chance of scoring as she saved the ball plenty of times in the first half. With some nice moves, the Zips were taking some ankles out on the field, giving the fans a good game. The defense was out of this world. The way the Lady Zips kept stealing and managed to stop Robert Morris from bringing the ball up the field, the number 8 senior dished a nice pass to her teammate that shot a good look at the goal, but ended up being a little far off. Coming from a devastating double OT loss from Eastern Kentucky, the Zips had to show some improvements from their last game. Akron was all over the field. Wherever you look, they was active in the play, no let-ups. The Cardinals did a good job trying to adjust to the Lady Zips defense and was able to kick some good goal attempts, but missed a lot. There were moments in the game where both teams could not manage to find a way to progress up the field. The ball movement was good, but not good enough. The Cardinals seemed to gain a little boost of energy over the Zips and broke through 3 defenders, where Akron shut down the attempt once again. Coming to the end of the first half, the Lady Cardinals had more good looks at the goal and kept fighting to hopefully get a score past the Akron's tough defense. There was plenty of crazy close situation blocks that stopped them from scoring. With the free kick off of a foul, the Zips launched the ball into the inside for a couple of headers to eventually score the first goal of the game. Yeah, Zips! Let's take a look at the nice scored goal again to bring the Akron Zips to a possible winning advantage. Boom, boom, boom! With the first half ending and the Akron Zips up at a score of 1-0 over the Robert Morris Cardinals, the fans are looking forward to a win. Woo! Whose house is this? Our house. Whose house is this? Our house. With the beginning of the second half, Akron came out with much fierce and brought the kick power to the Cardinals. They attempted to score more goals, but came short with few. Another goal attempt came from the Zips, but the Cardinals goalie said not today, with a powerful kick to make the ball go out of bounds on the other side of the field. In the second half, Akron put a big toll on the Cardinals, as Robert Morris started to look tired from all the good ball movement from your Lady Zips. They continued to waste some time off the clock by consistently kicking the ball back to the goalie until the time started to come to an end. With the score of 1-0, your home Lady Zips won this awesome matchup against the Robert Morris Cardinals. Great game. This is Desmond Mitchell signing off. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Desmond. Now moving on to men's soccer. The Zips won all 3 of their preseason games, leaving fans excited for the start of the regular season.
With the excitement slowly dying, Akron has yet to bring home a win this season with a record of 0-5. Here with the highlights of the Zips' first home game is Nico Weathers.
In a well-awaited rematch of last year's quarterfinals, the number 2 Akron Zips take on the number 4 Stanford Cardinals. Hi, my name is Nico Weathers, and welcome to ZTV Sports.
The game starts off by a corner kick for the Stanford Cardinals. However, the Akron Zips make a great clear out on defense, but the Cardinals do get the ball back. They do attempt a shot, and it does miss high on goal. The Zips are awarded a corner kick. They attempt to be very aggressive, but they are called offsides by David Ekbo.
The Cardinals do get the ball back on offense. They attempt to make a pass near the Zips goal, but the Zips are called for a penalty, which will result in a penalty kick. Tanner Beeson of Stanford scores the first goal of the game, and it is a result of penalty kick. You can see him and his teammates celebrating right after the first goal of the match. After the Cardinals' goal, the Zips get the ball back. They make a pass to David Ekbo. David Ekbo takes a shot, and the Cardinals' goalkeeper makes a great stop. The Zips get a corner kick, and it is a clear out by the Stanford Cardinals defense. After the Zips get the ball back on offense, they attempt to make a pass near the Cardinals' goal, but it does miss wide as David Ekbo tries to take a header. the ball back on offense. They make a few passes, but Akron's goalkeeper makes a diving stop. The Zips get the ball back on offense. They attempt to make a few passes. They take a shot on goal, and Stanford's goalkeeper make a marvelous stop, which results in a Zips penalty. The Cardinals player is very upset at the result of the foul. The Cardinals get the ball back on offense. They attempt a volley shot, but the Zips goalkeeper makes a great stop. The very packed house looks on as they want their Akron Zips to tie the ball game against the number 4 ranked Stanford Cardinals. The Zips get the ball back on offense. They make a great pass to David Egbo, who shoots the ball off the defender for Akron's first goal of the match. You can see the Zips celebrating as they tie the game on national TV. The score is now 1-1. Akron Zips are tied with the Stanford Cardinals. The fans look on cheering as they know that the Zips have a chance to win the game. The Cardinals have the ball with a minute left. They attempt to make a shot and it is deflected by a fellow Zip. They are awarded a corner kick. They make a short pass to one another. They make a pass near the Zips goal. It is deflected a few times by the Zips. In the 88th minute, the Stanford Cardinals get the 3rd goal of the match. And that so happened to be the last goal of the match, leaving the final score to be 2-1. The number 4 Stanford Cardinals upset the number 2 Akron Zips. The Zips do lose a heartbreaker in dramatic fashion, but they will look to regroup. But until next time, my name is Nico Weathers, and thank you for watching ZTV Sports.
That goal was a tough way to go out, John, but the Akron Zips will look to regroup for the remainder of the season. Now let's discuss the Akron Zips women's volleyball team.
Zips women's volleyball was 2-4 on the year before hosting St. Francis University. Here with the highlights is Brianna Gordon.
On Friday, September 13th, Akron's women's volleyball team held their first invitational against St. Francis at the James A. Rhodes Arena. The other teams that were invited were Eastern Kentucky and Seton Hall. Number 13, Taylor Karuzovic serves when her ball is blocked by St. Francis number 6, Sydney Scott. Akron U started off the game a little slow, missing the first point. Serves and Zips number 19, Tegan Ochaya blocks the ball, sending it to number 3, Emily Wagan, who hits to number 10, Alexis Atleta, hitting the ball over the net. St. Francis defends with number 1 and number 6, sending it back to their opponent's side, and Sydney Scott serves the ball, which is defended by Alexis Atleta and Emily Wagan, who score a point for the Zips. The game's pace has quickly changed, with the Zips winning the first quarter. The Zips start the second quarter with a serve by Emily Wagan that was blocked by Sydney Scott, and Alexa Mamone spiking it back to the Zips. St. Francis continues their strong defense. Up next is St. Francis number 1, Gabby Crew, who serves the ball outside, losing a chance to score. Akron U serves next with both teams' defenses fighting to score. The Zips carry out a jump serve, hitting the ball outside. St. Francis outside hitter number 13, Alexa Mamone, serves the ball with Akron's Tegan Ochaya, Emily Wagan, and Alexis Atleta defending and scoring another point, winning the second quarter. Taylor Sherris number 2 starts the third quarter with a serve to St. Francis. St. Francis hits the ball back, quickly being blocked by the Zips, losing a point. Taylor Sherris serves again, with St. Francis quickly defending. The Zips number 9 fakes a spike with number 14, Shelby Fulmer, spiking the ball outside. St. Francis number 14, Casey Shoup, serves, and number 4, Elia Karstner, blocks. Emily Wiggins sets up a spike for Megan Kelly. The ball is blocked by St. Francis, Alexa Mamone. Number 10, Shannon Thomas sets a spike for Alexa Mamone, blocked by Zips, Emily Wiggins. Taylor Sherritt comes to help, sending the ball back to St. Francis. Neither team's defense is letting up. Continuously blocking and serving, each member works to keep the ball from dropping, sending it back to the opponent's side. Akron U continuously tries to score with St. Francis not breaking defense. The ball makes its way from player to player. Francis defends with number 1 and number 6, sending it back to their opponent's side until they're blocked by Emily Wagan and Ashley Richardson, losing a point to the Zips. 8, Lauren Laka serves, and St. Francis spiking it back to the Zips, and defense scores the final point to win the game. Saturday, September 14th, was Akron U's last day for invitationals. They played against Eastern Kentucky and Seton Hall, winning both games. Until next time, I'm Brianna Gordon. Go Zips!
Akron's women's volleyball swept the Akron Invitational on September 13th and 14th. They now hold a record of 5-4 with a 3-game winning streak and looking to continue that momentum.
All right, we're going to take our final break, and when we return, we'll have the result from the Akron football game against Troy University.
The Akron Zips played against Troy University on Saturday, September 21st. Here with the highlights is John Alfieri.
The Akron Zips took the field on Saturday, September 21st against the Troy Trojans. Akron came into the game 0-3 on the season and were looking for their first win of the season against an out-of-conference opponent. Troy entered the game 1-1, splitting their first 2 games against Campbell and Southern Mississippi. All eyes were on Akron head coach Tom Arth as he and the Zips seemed to struggle in the first 3 weeks. It was a hot one with temperatures reaching close to 100 degrees on the field before kickoff. Troy started the game strong on offense and drove down the field with ease. Their drive was capped off by a touchdown pass to A.J. Lewis from Caleb Barker. Cato Nelson exited the game after a minor injury, and backup Robbie Kelly entered for one drive that resulted in a bobbled snap. The ball rolled into the backfield and was recovered by Troy. However, Akron would force a turnover of their own shortly after as Barker gets flushed out to his right and forces a pass that was intercepted by Sean Featherstone in the end zone. Featherstone returned the ball out to the 40-yard line as the sideline went ballistic. He was given the turnover pencil, a tradition started this year for the Akron Zips. If a player gets a turnover, they hold on to the extra-sized pencil and celebrate. This not only boosts the players' morale, but hypes up the crowd as well. This seemed to be the spark Akron needed after they gave up the ball on the previous drive, and surely it was. Cato Nelson entered back into the game and delivered a strike to Jeremiah Knight for a 41-yard gain. Nelson capped off the drive with a bullet over the middle to the best named player on the team, Maverick Wolfley, to tie up the game 7-7. Troy would drive all the way down the field on their next drive and would get into the end zone again, this time with Barker connecting with wide receiver Khalil McClain for a quick slant touchdown. Akron's next drive would be filled with some controversy as Nelson connects with wide receiver Nate Stewart at the top of the screen, but at the bottom of the screen, number 17 Julian Hicks would get into a shoving match with 2 Troy defensive backs. The skirmish escalated and Hicks would throw a punch, ultimately getting him ejected from the game. The Zips responded positively though, with Cato Nelson throwing another bullet over the middle, this time to Nate Stewart for a 24-yard gain. Akron would punt later that drive. Troy found themselves in the red zone again, as this time Caleb Barker would take it himself on a QB draw and barrel his way into the end zone for another Troy score, making it 21-7. A DK Billingsley 1-yard rushing touchdown would be the dagger in this game, and Troy would go on to score one more time before the end of it, making the final score 35-7. The 35-7 loss to Troy drops Akron's record to 0-4 on the season as they hope to rebound next week at UMass. The only touchdown of the day was a pass from Cato Nelson to Maverick Wolfley for the Zips score early in the game. They failed to come back after that, and the offense really struggled down the stretch as the Zips used 3 quarterbacks in today's game. Troy played a good game defensively and on special teams, but the Zips will definitely have to get things forward as they head off into the rest of the season. With ZTV Sports, I'm John Alfieri. And now, back to you in studio. Thanks, John. Obviously, it's been a bit of a slow start for most of our Zips programs, but that doesn't mean our support or school spirit should waver. Make sure you go out and attend these games and show your Zips some love.
Yes, I agree, John. The Zips have been off to a slow start in all programs, and they are looking to regroup and gain momentum to finish strong for the remainder of the season. Definitely go check out some Zips games and show your Zip pride. The games are free, and with your Zip card, they are a lot of fun.
That'll wrap up this edition of the ZTV Sports Report.
Make sure to follow us at ZTV Sports Report on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Signing off, I'm Nico Weathers.
And I'm John Alfieri. Go Zips.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.